have been coming across so many amazing messages the past couple of days. I just have to share them. But the main message about the comet, I was completely led to, and it's been verified for me over and over. So I will try to get the message to you the best way that I can. These are all Gematria messages that really ring true to me when I come across them, and I'd love to share them with you. Of course, everybody has to determine their own truth within themselves. You can trust your intuition. So I was just looking at a couple of messages and I saw one that really stuck out to me. It said, Comet Ison C2012S is the sign of my coming. And I find that interesting for several reasons. First off, I've heard about this green comet coming for a while. We know about the pan-stars following of it, but when I went to try to find information on it, it was so convoluted and confusing, and NASA and the other scientists that were working on this project, quote unquote, even cite the confusion that the project caused. So many of the prophecies that speak about this green comet are pretty much non-existent when you try to find them. Please be my guest. If you guys have any information or just knowledge, then I guess we're gonna have to go back to speaking true history for a while until we can get this all figured out and, you know, get it together. I've been getting tons of messages about the White Rider, and as you know, I was mentioning the riders from the sun. There's so many awesome things. Recently, Borean Calling channel Rodney stumbled upon something that mentioned that the pale horse was actually meant to be translated as a green horse. This is huge. I wanted to read part of the article just for effect, but I really encourage you to take the time to click on the link in description and read the article. It's wild. It's really what, you know, we've come to in science and with our agencies, our trusted government agencies. The thing is, they've been doing this for a long while. I think that they're as much in the dark as we are, to a certain extent, and they're very much in fear. I was literally going back and forth in the calculator, and this message was there right after I recorded my previous clip. I want you to get to know the name Stephen James Dishon. That is representative of Satan's minions, basically. Stephen James Dishon means dishonest person. I will be relaying many messages because I am receiving many of them. It was made clear to me and defined to me that this is the name that represents the people that are being dishonest, the people that are trying to give Saturn credit and shuffle you back into the Saturn matrix. Yes, duality is ending, but we're not quite there yet. Like I wanted to report, there are some really interesting things in the article and in Wikipedia. Any of the published information that you can find is very strange. Comet Ison was a sun-grazing comet that was expected to put a spectacular show in Earth's sky in late 2013. However, shortly after rounding the sun's far side on November 28th, Thanksgiving, the comet faded, torn apart by the star's immense gravity. Now that's what I'm noticing. They are quick to say that it has been destroyed, yet it keeps coming back. Scientists are baffled. They go on to say that its usual bright appearance before breaking up had some astronomers curious about its origins. One group of astronomers has speculated that it might have originated from outside of our solar system, making it, they are 100% comparing it to the object that went by our sun. I can't pronounce it correctly. Oumuamua? You know, the object that they said was from a highly intelligent species from another galaxy. It was like probably the biggest disclosure so far, in my opinion. Yes, well, they're comparing it to that. Another interesting thing that I love is to see what they name these telescopes and equipments after. We know that we have Sophia, and I've figured out that that is clearly because they're watching Sophia arrive. That's part of how I came to some of my conclusions. Sophia is not seen to the eye. She is dark matter. And yes, she is here. She is next to the sun. That's what I photograph. That's what I show you guys all the time. That's what nobody will talk about. That's what Boogeyman just recently got on and tried to debunk, saying that the blue star Kachina was false and that it was a misinterpretation and that the blue star and the Kachina were separate. Yeah, anyway, let's not get too far away from all of these things because these are the things that really matter. There's a reason we can't find those prophecies so readily and easily anymore. They don't even want us to think about them. They go on to explain how they came up with this name, Ison, I-S-O-N. The comet was named after a telescope for International Scientific Optical Network, ISIN. Two Russian astronomers scientists spotted the comet in photographs taken by an ISIN telescope in 2012, and traditionally they're named after the people who find them. However, this is part of a newer trend that sees the name of the comet after the project rather than the individuals who discovered it. This means that several comets could have the same name, leading to confusion. However, every name assigned to it includes features such as the year of discovery. But yes, Sophia and Lucifer, they have those telescopes because they're looking for her next to the sun, that object, the Holy Spirit, the one that I keep showing you and talking about and that nobody will address. Just a little insight into why I so strongly understand some of these things. Another name that comes up frequently for me is Austin. Austin represents us. It represents the ascending human, the spiritual leader, the one that is going to bring this new earth into fruition. Austin, you know who you are, basically. So I'm getting other messages that I wanted to share. And one of them is the government wants Austin to do the spiritual movement. And also, this was in the same message that had Ison C202 is the sign of my coming. The message that I was led to while doing Gina Maria's message, it asked me to see this other set of words, and it had all 3, 4, 5 of these that I'm sharing with you today. Ison is the sign of my coming. The government wants Austin to do the spiritual movement. SDG, meaning Stephen James Deshawn. I am already here. They have forbidden me to communicate on the internet. And lastly, the one I want to share with you is Austin Lee Meredith, get your house in order, Jesus is coming. I get that one often, but it felt pretty impactful with the rest of those there. Peace and love, everyone. I'll talk to you guys soon.